Welcome in. Easy with you. The Eric St. Show podcast has begun, but I don't even know how long it's going to last, frankly. This is one of those damn days where I'm like, what the? Can something happen? I mean, a real dry spell last 24 hours of things going on. Not to fear, I usually can create my own bit of nonsense that can get us through, not to mention the work of the fantastic members of the chat. Thank you to all of you, and thank you for being here in the Impact Power Sports studio. Impact Power Sports online at impactpowersportsmi.com. You can get a Yamaha golf cart, an ATV, UTV, e-bike, all that fun stuff. Thank you so much to them. Stevie with a great question right off the jump. How were the podcasts? Referring to class yesterday, we had some limitations that made the actual viewing of the podcasts not happen. We were able to watch some of the creative work that was done by the students at the school for the class. This was the last day of the class. It's done. So it didn't pan out the way we had planned, which honestly, we would have had to sit through a lot of podcasts. We did do some end of semester review as to how the class can get better, and I think we concluded that the podcasting class that I helped teach as the adjunct professor at Aquinas College, that we're going to need some equipment upgrades. So that was bandied about. Then the class, I handed out the test. I had to write the test the day before. And so I passed out the exam. And this was the quote, because I told Jackie, so she laughed. Let's see. I just passed out the final exam to the students. While doing so, I said, "You guys are going to hate this. This is going to be tough. You're all screwed." And then I get these looks. I go, come on. It's not that bad. So they got that test done. They handed it in. And then we parted ways. Thank you so much for taking the class. Now, Dr. Avery and I still have to review the video podcasts that were completed. And that is the last thing. And then that's it. That's a wrap. God willing, I will be back for the class next year. One of the things that helps that is the review, like the student review of the course and how they feel like the educators did. And so now, if I've worked very hard to not be an asshole. So I am hopeful that I will be able to continue doing the class. The only thing that would keep me from doing the class would be if the folks at the college actually found out about this. You know how people are always trying to take the wind out of my sails. I have so many enemies, it's unbelievable. Not justifiable, by the way. And people love to take me down a notch. So I wouldn't be surprised if I get canceled because on here I talk poo-poo pee-pee caca. It happens all the time. Megan, she wrote, "I hope you make it on Hot or Not." And then she said, wait, maybe that's not what the website is called. No, it's not. I think you're talking about Rate My Professor. So on Rate My Professor, students will go ahead and talk about their professors. Like, yeah, this was a good class. This professor did a good job. And then that's it. But if you're lucky, they'll put, like, there's like a little pepper icon, a little red pepper. And that means that the students think that you're like a hot tamale. Ay, ay, ay. So that would be strange. Mooney says, did you do flirty with hot blondes? No. Even if there was any flirty, I would not. I'm just oblivious anyway. I wouldn't know if that were happening. And if I did know it, I would just pretend like nothing happened. Megan says, I hope they think your sup's hot. I don't understand that. Alan says 3 a.m. door knock. Yeah. Hey, do you think maybe you can delete that? Alan says Mr. Pop is only into young boys. Yes, that's true. Bread Bull Brain Chris adds, they're too old for Mr. Pop anyway. All right, so there you go. I'm happy. I enjoyed my time. That semester is now done. It went really, really fast. Hopefully we'll get the opportunity again. The Great Food Giveaway. I wanted to update this. We had a pretty active day yesterday. And we are now up to 67 folks who have thrown money into our virtual hat. The latest, David P., John S., Charles J., Jeremy K. I think I mentioned Sarah T., Adam J., and Josh B. yesterday. But that's outstanding. Let's see. 185, 95, 205. $230 yesterday rolled in. That puts us at total $4,274.07 of the total amount that we need of $5,577.75, meaning we have $1,303.68 to go to fund the Great Food Giveaway. In the chat, I'm going to throw in our virtual hat passing. And then if you feel like it, awesome. Appreciate you so much. I am convinced we will get there. Thank you. If you're listening to the audio podcast later on, all that information is on the show notes. Either Venmo at Eric Zaitunian, Cash App, $ Eric Zaitunian, PayPal, search Eric Zane Show, LLC. Outstanding. And then that cash is then used to buy all of the food. I see now that hams are 79 cents a pound. Thank you to those who sent that along. We will get the lowest price when it comes to buying the food. Molly says, do you take Twitch bits for it? Take whatever you can give. Easily converted. Twitch bits to cash are easily converted. People are like, what are Twitch bits? So if you're on Twitch and you can link up a payment plan and buy these things called bits, it's digital currency. And I forget, each bit is worth $1 amount, or a penny amount, or something like that. I don't even remember what the value of a bit is. And people donate them on Twitch, but I don't really make a big deal out of that. I mean, it's there if you want, but I don't really exploit it because I feel like I get enough money. So there's 100 Twitch bits. So I don't know if that's $100, $10, or $1. Either way, I'm happy. Anyway, I'd be the most happy with 100, but that's obviously, okay, $1 is cool. Like I've said before, I'll take the buck. How much is one Twitch bit? Let me find out. Value of one Twitch bit. 1 US cent. All right. There we go. So now it's $4,273.07, which means we have $1,302.68 left. Thank you, Molly. That is so sweet of you. All right. Wherever you are enjoying the show, Great Food Giveaway is coming up on Tuesday, December 23. That means we are 2 weeks away to the day from the Great Food Giveaway. I do want to go over some of the names. Some folks have done this more than once, and I'll repeat them. Thank you. David P., John S., Charles J., Jeremy K., Sarah T., Adam J., Josh B., Brian D., Scotty G., Mike in Vermont, Coleman's mom, Chris B., Chris K., Rainbow Flag Jeremy, Joe P., not Joe Pellerito, Coleman's mom's son, Coleman, Man Bun Chris, Patrick E., Rodney C., John M., Robert D. Robert made 2 donations. Brian B. The memory of Paul C., Paul Cook, Donovan S., Kevin Kuipers, Jess C., Aaron's mother-in-law, Aaron, Sarah R., Adam S., Murder Lover Linda twice, Lynn B., Rebecca twice, Rebecca A., Teresa F., Tim Z., MAGA Pat, Dono, Spooky Tyler, Nick in the Arena, Alan M. in Wisconsin, Frank S., Chris B., Matt B., Rebecca K. again, Chris and Kristen in Buffalo, Julie C., Rob T., Joshua D., Terry F., Derek D., Deb Vis, Josh, Nikki in Portland, Maine, Donut Dan, Becca Shea, Ben, Daniel, there's Linda, Maureen, Megan, Black Belt Nick, Amy, Stevie, Laura, and Rebecca. Stevie says 10,000 bits costs $126. That math ain't mathing. Bread Bull Brain Chris says they got to get their cut, Stevie. Yeah, don't do it. It's a scam. It's just a way for Twitch to make money off of you. Your money doesn't go nearly as far. I see one has rolled in. Thank you to Richard. You're a good man. I'll add that to the total. That puts us at 4,000. I'm not going to say because then that would give away the dollar amount, even though we did that with Molly. So I'm going to keep that close to the vest for now. We'll update later on when it gets all jumbled together like that. Okay. Thank you. We have a Big Fraud Friday coming up. Ben Glaze and myself, Easy, are getting ready to do another show, but we're doing it on Friday. Another Big Fraud Friday, that is, Big Fraud Show, which is 2 shows. Who Are These Free Beers? Show number 80, and the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. We missed last week because schedules were wonky. Thank you for the patience. This week, just as wonky, but we got to get it in. So we will be doing that coming up on Friday. Looking forward to that. I already started getting my clips. I've got a great video clip from the gang over at Free Beer and Hot Wings. And in this particular one, it's another example of free beer getting fucking pissy at Hot Wings. And for once, well, Hot Wings, when he talks, he always gives way too many details, way too much background. And this was at the end of a show, and Hot Wings is trying to tell a story. And in one instant, free beer is being supportive to poor Hot Wings. And then I guess it goes on for like 2 seconds too long. And then free beer takes him out at the knees. Nick says, damn it, I have to work the whack-ass Jonas Brothers show that night at Van Andel. Murder Lover Linda says, damn, I actually have plans for a change. All right. That comes up on Friday, patreon.com/Eric Zane. Sign up for 7 days free. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. I'm going to kick the folks out who are watching the show on the other social media platforms. And if you want the full show, you got to go to Twitch, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, and sign up for that. It's free. You can follow the page. You can subscribe to the page, all that fun stuff. You can link up your Amazon Prime, and then you get it commercial free. But off you go. That is patreon.com/Eric Zane. Thank you so much for being here, though. Don't forget, if you want to reach out, you can drop me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. Oh, by the way, I am going live with the T-shirts, the Eric Zane Show podcast Defector T-shirts very, very soon. I'm about to reveal them to you. I'm not doing it quite this second, but more on that as I've teamed up with Shoreliners Striping to bring that to you. So that is coming within days, maybe even tomorrow. Just so you know.